guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be my November closeout video, and then we're also going to go ahead and budget for December. Now, I know by the time this video is going up, it's definitely a little bit late. And that's just because we had a lot of personal stuff go on this week, and I had no time to film. So I'm hoping that it's okay that I'm posting this late, but I wanted to just go ahead and get it up for you guys because I did see that a couple people wanted a closeout, and I do have some exciting things, well, mainly just one exciting thing that I'm doing. So I wanted to go ahead and film this and then also show you guys. I have my little November goals and December goals that I did in a couple videos back, so we're also going to look at that, mainly just the financial piece. But yeah, I hope you guys are still interested, and I hope you enjoy this video. If you do, keep watching. Okay, so I have here my November budget, and then what I actually went ahead and did off camera was I went ahead and filled in all my expenses over here to the right, and I just did that off camera because obviously that's got my bank account information, and it's not super, like, I don't know, I just didn't want to show you guys that. And then I also did all of the income up here, so you can see that my total budgeted income was $6,900, and we actually made $8,100, which is great, and that's primarily just due to Jacob's overtime that he ended up getting this month. So then you can see here we actually have, what is that, $1,100 left to spend. So what I'm going to first do is I'm going to pay off the remaining bills that I have this month that have not yet come out. I think it's just a couple, so we're going to do that. So over here you can see that these are the bills I've paid, and then like right here my phone, I have not paid that yet. So I'm gonna go ahead and input that. I also did this already, so I'm just now updating the budget for it. So I went ahead and paid phone, and this is high this month because, well, it's actually gonna be high forever, probably now, but Jacob is still on his parents' plan because they get a discount. So his portion is like $40, I think. And then mine is like the remaining $110. I'm now completely on my own phone plan, which, if you don't know, when you get on your own phone plan, it is so expensive for just one person. It's disgusting. But anyways, I knew that that was going to be the case, so I budgeted for it, so we're okay. And then the last thing is the roof. So go ahead and put that in. So now we have about $664 left to spend, which is actually really good. I'm pretty happy with that. So with that being said, I'm gonna look at my list and see what I said I wanted to do. So over here, I said I wanted to pay $615 to my Honda, which I did that, so we're good there. And then I also said I wanted to save $100, and this is what I'm gonna be putting into my Roth IRA. So I'm gonna go ahead and put over here, invest, and I'm gonna put $100. And then I'll transfer that over after this video. Guys, I misspoke. I said I wanted to invest $50 into my Roth IRA. Sorry, jumping ahead. That was 4, so I'm gonna go ahead and check that off. So then I said I wanted to save $100, and what's funny is I don't remember what I said I wanted to do this for, whether that was, I think that was for my long-term savings or my emergency fund. Guys, this is embarrassing. Pretty sure it was for my emergency fund. It doesn't really matter because I did say I've already reached that goal, so we're just gonna put that there. Savings is savings. And then I said I wanted to save $100, and I know this is for the Suburban, so I'm gonna go ahead and put that there and go ahead and check that off. And then I think that was the only like super big like financial goal that I had. So with that being said, we still have $414 left to spend. So what I actually decided, and I talked to Jacob about this, because normally what we would do is probably try and put this towards the Suburban because it needs to be fixed. Right now it's like not drivable, so we're only technically down to 2 cars, my Honda and Jacob's truck. But we try, since I work from home, and have Jacob drive the Honda during the week since it's so much cheaper, but that means I can't drive the truck, or I can't drive the truck. So when that's the case, like today I don't have a vehicle, which is not like super great. So if something were to happen, I can't go anywhere. I could drive the truck if I absolutely had to, but like to go run errands like on my lunch break, I just can't do it. So we need to get the Suburban working. But we did decide we're going to pay off the Honda first. So I think there's like $172 left on that. So we're going to go ahead and pay it off. And that is something I am just so excited for, because I've been trying to pay this Honda off for so long. I don't even want to admit how long. It's a little bit embarrassing, but I made the stupid decision, and I was influenced, but I made the decision to lease it. And any of you people that are into finances know that that's not like a smart long-term option. And I was young, I was naive, I was influenced by, the car people, my parents, all of that. And what really got me was the low payment. It was like $140 that I was paying monthly, and I was in college at the time, so that was great. It was like a win-win. I wasn't driving much, you had to do like the 36,000 miles, I think is what you had to keep it on. All the razzle dazzle. So I was super happy about that. And so I did it. I leased it for 3 years. And then those 3 years were up. And I kind of had an awakening and a shock at how expensive car payments can be. And at the time I was still in college. So I had to take that into consideration. So I decided not to get, a new car and trade it in, kind of like what I had originally thought I was going to do. Because I also, at the same time, when you're leasing, you don't have any money for a down payment for another car, because normally you would be able to kind of roll over whatever you're trading in, the value of that, as a down payment, but I wasn't doing that. And then since I was in college, I hadn't saved up a down payment. So I decided the best option for me was to just like refinance it to own. And at that point, I had barely paid like anything on it, because I think of the like $140 a month I was paying, most of that was interest. Like none of that really went to actually paying off the value of the car. So I was basically like starting almost all the way over, which it is what it is. I can't turn back time. All you can do is learn from your mistakes. So I decided to keep it, and I have just been paying it off little by little. And my car payment, I don't even remember why. I think because I was still in college, I wanted a low payment to be manageable. So I think that's why my payment's only like $248. And I also had a really good interest rate because I had good credit. But that just means it took like longer to pay it off. I did the longer term to make the payments lower. This is a really long spiel, I'm sorry. But all this to say, I've been trying to pay this off for so long, and it's finally here. So with that being said, I'm going to go down here to this little debt section, and I'm going to put Honda, and I'm going to put 175, which is... Also, if you see this highlight, this was a return. I just wanted to put that I spent it, so disregard that. Okay, so with that being said, we now have $239 left to spend, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put this towards the Suburban, but I also always try to keep a buffer, so I think I'm just going to put, let's see, if I make this $250, how much does that leave me? That leaves me like $89, which is pretty good. I think that's what I'm going to do, and then this $89, I'm just going to leave in here as a budget to carry over for the next month. So that is my November closeout budget. It's normally not always like this. I just want to say that I don't always have this much left over to spend at the end of the month. We did have like lower expenses some places, and then like I said, Jacob's overtime is a big factor in that. I'm going to go ahead and save this. But the other thing that I like to do at the end of the month is I like to go through my bills and make sure that they're kind of what I expected, and as well as my expenses. So my mortgage payment is the same. My credit card is the same. For the most part, those are nothing big. My electricity is going down because it is the winter, which is great. My loan payments are the same. The car's the same. Internet, I mean, these are all pretty standard. Nothing sticks out to me, so that's good. And then now we're going to go and do expenses. And this is just disgusting. This is something we're really, really trying. Me so more than Jacob. I need to push him to we need to figure something out. I don't know what it is, why we can't get this less, because this is an absurd amount of money. When you look at it like this, just disgusting. So almost $1,000 in groceries for 2 people. I mean, we did host Thanksgiving, so I know that that's part of it, but still. Eat out, we did pretty good. This was one extra dinner, I think, when I was out with family. I was out with my mom and we were running errands, so I think that's an extra dinner, which is okay. Alcohol, we were under budget on. Gifts, we were a little bit over budget on. I'm not that surprised. I have a really bad habit of overbuying for people. That's my love language, and I can't stop it. It just is what it is. So That's all right. My pocket money, I spent a little bit over. It's gonna happen. I'm not like too concerned. Jacob definitely spent over, and we need to figure that out because there's a budget for a reason, and I don't know why that's $50 over. It's a little bit. So we'll probably talk about that and see what we can change going forward. Pets, this is expensive because we did get a puppy and she had a vet bill and we had to buy like all the stuff for her, kennel, food, bowls, all the stuff that comes with a puppy. So that's why that's over. And it was an unexpected thing, which I'm actually going to be talking about in the vlog that goes up after this video. So if you want to know about that, watch that video. House, $318. What in the world is this? Okay, that was my driver's license. Wonder, can I filter these? Let me try something. I'm gonna put a filter on these and figure out what went into the house that made it so much. Tractor Supply. Oh, we had to buy this hay ring. Okay, that's what it was. We had to buy a hay ring for the cows because normally we were just putting the hay out there, and then we realized that we were wasting a ton, so we bought a hay ring to see if that would help, especially since it's going into the winter. The cost of hay is a lot higher, and we're not feeding them quite as much feed, so they only are having the hay. Anyways, that's why that's higher. We were under budget on my gas, which is good. We were under budget on diesel. The repairs was something for the Suburban. Like I said, it's kind of going out, so that sucks, but we knew that was coming. We were under budget, we were a couple dollars over here, I'm not worried about. And then we were way under budget on the Suburban gas, which is great. And then this miscellaneous is... Oh, this was not a Christmas present. This was a present for Jacob. No, I don't remember who we gave this to. And then we had to do the dollar store run. So those were just two random things that I didn't budget for. So I'm not super concerned with anything over here besides the animals, the house, and then possibly Jacob's thing. We need to kind of figure that out. But anyways, that is my November closeout budget. So we're now going to move on to making my budget for December. So we're going to switch on over here. And the first thing that I do is the income. However, what's going to be interesting is Jacob is now full-time, so he's not contract, so he gets better benefits, which is good. But he also gets paid every other week now instead of every week. So the paycheck amounts are going to be less, so we just need to take that into consideration. So this is going to be my new 20/80/25. That's my new paycheck bi-weekly because of health insurance. So now that I know that, and then Jacob's normally gets paid, I gotta think about this. Every week we did the math, and if he works only 40 hours, he gets around $700. And then we're gonna multiply that by 2, which will be $1,400. So that'll be here. And then I think we're both gonna get paid twice this month. Does that look about right? 69, 69. I think that's about right. And then we're going to delete these. Let's see. Can I just see if that works? Haha, no. Okay. I might need to mess with that off camera, to be honest. I should have probably prepped this before. So I apologize. I actually don't even use this little chart, so I might just delete that. And then we'll delete these. Okay, there we go. So now we're going to do bills. So the mortgage stays the same. We're just going to copy this over. Also, I had somebody comment on a video talking about that some rows or columns were hidden. They're definitely not hidden. That's just the way this spreadsheet looks. It starts here. I don't know. This is $50. It's just the same. And this is just really Buddy's flea medicine comes in, and then like I think I have a subscription on there, so that's why that's always $50. Jacob credit card is nothing. Electricity, I got the bill. I think it's going to be around $225. Sallie Mae and Discover. I'm going to copy those over. And I need to delete this because this isn't there anymore. Card payment, not there anymore. Internet and phone. We'll go ahead and move y'all up. I don't know why this does that. Okay, sorry. I need to delete. This is paid off. And the reason these auto-populate is from, like, I did a big spreadsheet at the beginning of this Excel file, so it populates those every month, and I just never changed it, so that's why those are there. Car insurance. And then we'll delete that. Trash I paid last month, so that won't come out. And then I think the last one is roof. Roof. Let me go back and just triple check that that's everything. I think so. Okay. Internet, 70. Phone, what did I say that is? 110? 150. Oopsies. Disregard. Why is this not? What the heck did I do? Okay. Go back to December. Phone, 150. Car insurance, 224, and then roof. So normally this would be 300, but with my like little debt snowball, since we paid off the Honda, this will now be the 300 plus the 615, so this will be 915, which is cool. So with that being said, let's go ahead and save this. Now we're gonna do expenses. Groceries, I'm gonna put 900. We're gonna really, that's like my goal is to stay under budget for groceries this month. I'm gonna force us to. I'm gonna push us to. And then eat out, I'm gonna just do 150. Alcohol, 50. Toiletries, nothing. Gifts, we don't have any birthday, but we do have Christmas. I'm gonna budget 100, and we'll come back to this one if we need to. Mine will be 50. His will be 120. Now I need to think about the pets. So the kitten got he's getting fixed this month. Molly, the dog, will have her second round of vaccines. We got food. I'm gonna just budget 250. House, I always just budget 50 because something comes up. Gas, how much did we spend last month? We spent 175. Budget 175. We'll do 120 for a tank of diesel. Should be 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Suburban gas. This will be probably like, what did we spend last month? We spent 143, so we'll do 150. That should be like 2 fill-ups. Okay, now I'm looking over at my December goals. So I have on here pay off Honda. We did that. So now I'm gonna put save $100, and this was for the emergency fund. Okay, and then I said I want to invest 50, so we'll change this to invest. That there, and then for the Suburban, I want to save $100. And then I think that was it. Okay, so that is kind of where we're at now. I'm going to delete that. Like I said, that populates. It's not even accurate at this point anymore. We have about $68.37 left to spend based off of this budget. I'm just going to leave that. I always like to have some sort of a buffer. That way, if we spend higher in one category, this kind of will offset it a little bit. So with that being said, this is my very rough beginning December budget. I really need to try and stick to my Christmas budget that I've done. I think, let me look at my sinking funds. My Christmas, I've currently got 300 saved, and then I'll have another 100. So I actually might need to up this to another 100 somewhere to cover that extra. So now we're in the negative 31. So I'm going to try and pull this back. And where I'm going to pull this back from is probably, let's try and make this 875. And then we'll do this as 140. And then we've got 337 left to spend. So that means we're going to be on a tight schedule. Now, I do know that Jacob will work this Saturday, so I expect these will probably be a little bit more, which is good. But I never want to count on his overtime. I always like to do budget for the exact of like his 40-hour work week. So anything else is just an added bonus that we can spend however we see fit. So that is my December budget. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling okay. I know this time of year is really stressful finances wise, so I try and just be as cautious as I can, make smart decisions, no overspending, that type of stuff, which is hard, especially for me when I'm buying people Christmas gifts. Giving gifts is my love language and I enjoy it, so I need to really work on that this year. We'll see if it happens, but all right, so that is my November budget closeout and my December budget with me. I'm sorry that these videos were late, but I hope you still enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.